Thank you very much, gentlemen. We are here and excited to get into this, of course. Bit of a banger on the cards, I'm not going to lie. Our first time covering Heroic in the tournament as well. So excited for that. And we've got no waiting around. Liquid with an execute here onto the A bomb site as they attempt to make it in. It looks good. They tried to hold off on that CT end and unfortunately will fall completely flat. I mean, we'll see if any kills come back their way. All right, they have. So we are back on. I even had the save on my mind, but not going to be the case here as they look to pick up the pace on the retake.
There's life here, right? 3v3 on the retake. I'm not going to discount them just yet, but time's starting to tick, and these first initial engagements are going to be very, very important. Ultimate, for one, on towards xFloud, and Nilo trying to dance around. He knows where the last guy is. A tap on towards the bomb, but Shuhei just needs to play patience, play time. He's not on it. And that'll be all she wrote in this round. It's a lovely shot from Nilo to close. 3 kills to his name. It's all for naught. It's Liquid.
Stop fighting for skins in the game. Visit Hellcase.
Early utility out here for the big round. Ooh, an early peek from Nertz as well. So some confident moves. Good to see from Liquid. These third place deciders fall into a weird sort of slot. I think you're going to try some new things in a game like this. Valuable for VRS, though, getting a boost. Prize money, of course. Kind of an oversight there. A massive oversight, actually. Youngster's going to come away with an advantage now for Heroic. So I think there is a real problem in terms of getting back into this round. They don't quite know it yet, but the bomb is accessible here for the CT end, and Youngster keeps it moving. That should be the round, honestly. They're in a very good spot.
Yeah, Youngster's done so well. That connector position, you really have to make that decision about how aggressive you want to play it, and he chooses to play aggressive up in their fate, and it worked. LNZ going to find Elige, who was lurking out towards B. And now all on the shoulders of this man here, Nertz 1v4 required for him. It's very unlikely, even just recovering in this C4. It is a bit of a precarious task. Youngster's here, an own quantity. Nertz will find that fight, and he finds it flawlessly. No damage taken. 30 seconds to decipher what he wants to do here. A nade and a molly to work with. And it feels like the only real place he can get into is the A site if he can potentially survive Hades. But he can't. Great round from Youngster. Nice finish from Hades. If I'm right in saying it was actually a CT smoke thrown towards Connector, but they don't actually throw the,
like their own
the T-side smoke, right?
Yeah.
But they've also not thrown a top mid smoke either. They've actually just gone out with flashes. It's a little bit of a questionable one there, right? They've kind of made it a little bit too easy for Youngster.
Ultimate on the AWP here. Confident, looking for an early pickup. Not going to happen for him. It's Youngster again to chime in. He will be traded out at the very least, but looking pretty good in these early rounds. He was quiet for quite a while, and then
the whole ruse is up in this round. The util starts to come through. They're ready to fight. Funnily enough, I'm surprised Nilo hasn't got over in time. Hades stays posted. The first, he doesn't react to it, but the second is so sharp, so quick as Elige hits the deck. And now we're starting to see where Team Liquid are in a bit of a predicament.
xFloud, nice find. Yeah, that's very, very strange. The bomb, unfortunately, not really looking after itself. No self-preservation. Going to leave Naf in a 1-on-3. 15 seconds to get that bomb back, and he just makes so much noise. Can't win out the fights. Certainly an oversight there from Liquid. I think maybe the bomb carrier not quite really realizing he was the bomb carrier.
Pretty good spot. It's sort of hard, at least in the early part, the first 6 rounds play. It's hard actually not to lean in favor of Heroic. Those, especially the gun rounds, there's glaring issues that Liquid need to fix early.
Spamming away, looking for the first kill. Not going to present just yet. Oh, got to be careful of lower here. xFloud in and out. It's a break of the smoke. And as always, it's the opposite way that finds success. That was a CT break, but they're the ones to go down. So always awkward, I feel like. You're never quite as prepared for it to dissipate as you think. How has Nertz gotten in here so fast? And again, some oversights. I think both teams making a few sloppy mistakes here in terms of the info and the expectations. Super stand-in Hades. See what he can get. He's only got 2 more bullets remaining here. So not an awful lot. Going to need some support. There's a flank coming round, and he eventually gets caught off. Knew he had to take a fight there. Knew he had to put his best brave face on. Doesn't quite work. So 4-on-2. Some chunks taken out here. Maybe some quick kills would make us believe. Not going to happen. Heroic move to save.
Yeah, fortunately for Hades, he was already just dead to rights there. He, like you said, if he can get out with something, that'd be nice. Youngster goes for the re-aggression, and that'd be at the cost of his life. Nice work from Naf. Initial spray a little labored, but the second shot pretty damn sharp. LNZ, a safe call. They know he plays with B as well, so I don't even hate the slight move we're seeing here. Nerds is looking over. He knows that he's playing through here so far, and also, why not, right? We know we have, even if he was to fall, it's not the end of the world. You don't want to be too aggressive in the hunt. We don't have loads of money to spare, but I don't mind it. LNZ, he'll stay tucked, so he'll be okay. Liege was close. Oh, he's going to find right to the dying embers of the round. LNZ was so indecisive about where to play there.
It's a choice. Some guys think they're cool by not having any skins, you know? They think it's like cool
youngster
stuff.
Broke alert.
Right.
Bag check, bag check.
Somehow I doubt that, personally, but, you know, each to their own. You got to have a little knife to play with in the freeze time.
Yeah.
That's why everyone's got a butterfly, because it's just an ADHD fidget spinner.
I don't. They're too expensive.
Well.
Would someone say broke alert?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Broke alert.
Get yourself.
Swing and a miss. Next flood. Nice find. And a pretty good spot that Heroic in. They've actually gone for a forward stance in towards mid, and Team Liquid don't really know how to react. You sort of needed Nerds to make a move at the same time as Ultimate, but he'd actually left that a little late. So the initial push was too quick, and then Nerds looked maybe a little bit too slow, and he'll reclaim the space in towards mid. What do you do with it? Down to 3, and he is a lurking element, right? You know, the two players are moving towards his B side, but there's 2 players there to meet them.
Yeah, very curious. I think they're leaving Nerds to get creative and see if he can find a kill, make some space, something along those lines. He's quick up the window. They're ready for him, though. They're just not quite able to capitalize here over on B, so they'll give their game away with all the utility rotations now going to start to come in. Yeah, really sharp there from Nilo. Naf alone. Been here a few times this tournament, but nothing happening in this round. Flawless one from Heroic.
Legion, Naf, and Nerds in spots where they've got actually kind of an abundance of cash. I think this force buy here is the right call. Hard reset, but hard is going to be the word here. 3 AKs have got to try and bail them out. Youngster, he's crossed the door sandwich, and he's done it unchecked. This is such a strong angle. And as Hades finds the first, this round starts to look pretty good already for Heroic. Youngster does not need to peek. He's got support, and he's got a great position here. And Shuhei starting to move, but it's Elise who falls. Youngster, even from that spot, one is not bad, but the Mac 10 of Shuhei activating at a good time.
Yeah, there's something brewing here. Nilo, that was the kill that was so paramount for Heroic. Unfortunately, he is not going to get it. Naf round the smoke looks good. And it will be down to Hades on this orb. He's close to the action. Could maybe capitalize on the element of surprise, but that's going to go eventually.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it is a little awkward. I mean, he's got so much time, so much awareness, and it's like, I can't shoot that leg because it'll be a leg. And it won't be enough damage. Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? You never know. How much damage does it do through that box? I don't think people are going to know that. 100%. Can he save here? Nice find, but he's traded instantly. Team Liquid regain their lead, so very back and forth game so far, which, again, is a good sign of what's to come.
I think that round is going in their way. This time, a bit more of a standard AXU coming through the stairs, jungle, and CT smokes. This is prime MM right here. And I think for Heroic, the stance is, let's shell up, play full 5 on the retake, and wait for these smokes to dissipate, but basically give them the sight.
Nerds. Looking for a kill, but like you say, there's not really anything presenting. 3 in towards CT here for Heroic, so yeah, a bloodbath, as I don't think Liquid were necessarily expecting it once their smokes start going down. A Liege, however, a name we've not mentioned very much this game, comes alive for a chance back in. The bomb Dropped in an awkward spot. xFloud getting a catch. Shuhei also trying to keep the numbers good here. It's all Elijah's position. He's mad repositioned, in fact.
Yeah.
Will he get a catch because of it? Potentially. Potentially. Yeah, there you see.
That's
Hades is not safe to that balcony angle. It's all going to be xFloud, and Elijah's done it all, man. 4 incredibly clean kills as he takes matters into his own hands.
Not a lot of respect being shown towards Heroic, and this is what we want to see. This maybe at times a bit of a braggadocious nature coming through from this side, which we don't always get. Ultimate trying to find the first, second time I'm asking, will catch Nilo. They flashed in towards mid, but Heroic, they were a little bit indecisive about how aggressive they want to play, and Nilo gets caught short.
Impossible. Execute coming round. Flash through the smoke. It's slow moving from Liquid if they are going to end A. I mean, there's still not quite a committal just yet. It's the AWP up short that remains the question mark. My goodness. Elijah's looked crisp in the past few rounds. Kind of out of nowhere, actually. So it can be difficult, I think, to remain present here. And we'll see what the T side's got in store for Heroic. But yeah, strange time for this team as well, I think.
Oh,
okay,
God.
Okay.
Just was singing the praises for Elige.
Yeah, Elige's going to get flattened. And with that, they have started rotating a lot of players away. Nerds does well to gather some information and pull the rotations back, but I don't know that they can necessarily stop them getting in the site here. This is the nature of the pistol, of course. There's so much potential. Oh, this is so awkward. Not being held, not being saved. So Heroic might have given their opportunity and sort of sold it down the river. There's a hold on the bomb happening. LNZ does get them off, but he's so very low. Ultimate crispy for 2. And Liquid to take the pistol. Oh, there you go. First one spotted. Like a deer in headlights. LNZ to find Shuhei. So keep your eyes on it. A few more deagles in play could be very damaging indeed, but as I'm getting the words out, they are being thinned here. There you go. There's another one.
Consolations, mate. Consolations.
They really don't matter.
No.
This is the thing.
It's also a bonus buy round in a way, right? So, Liquid aren't too stressed about this. What have you got for us, Nilo? Do you know what? Fair play.
That's
the
a
fact
hard
that you
shot.
even checked that is mental. Good work. He scooped up a Khalil, but he's going to stick with the Deagle. He's made something out of this. I'll give him some credit. That shot alone makes up for everything. He's seen off by Nerds in the end. Not a bad round from him, a 3-piece from what has been a very quiet map from Nerds, all things considered.
For 2 of those more powerful players, it's going to be a big deal here. Ultimate, wrong level. Wrong level. Flash comes in.
The Legion see him.
Short player survives. Gets to fight another day. Maybe showed up on the minimap as Ultimate was ready to take him there. So they will find the first pickup.
Yeah, I think you're right. Surely, I think it must have been a kind of a dot on the minimap, but Elige just didn't react. Smoke broken, open, Shuhei spamming through, finds xFloud, and Elige's going to find Hades. Heroic's chance of getting back in towards this map is crumbling, being pulled apart at the seams. It's all on the shoulders of Nilo. It is flawless from Team Liquid as they net themselves 12. Shuhei gives them a bit of support, double checks. The question is, do they actually flash Elige in? But in comes the Uto. Nerds will find the first. That's xFloud. Hades also going to fall as well. And Nilo hits the deck. It's all crumbling again. Heroic left down to 2. Make that 1. LNZ, can he bail them out of 1 versus 5? It is definitely not to be. And Elige will close the door. 13-4. What a dominant display from Liquid.
Couldn't have put it better myself. That was pure dominance by Liquid.
What's new here today? The Slack, trash, yeah, like always. What? Holy shit! Whoa! What? Where am I?
Do you want to try?
Yes, I do.
Don't think. Come on.
Stop fighting for skins in the game. Visit Hellcase.
Did not happen for us. Liquid looking really quite sharp. All the pieces you want to perform did. And now we move on to Dust 2, which has a few similar story beats to a map like Mirage. Not wasting any time here, Neo. Set up the map, and they're just straight into it. Out long, looking for that first as Heroic. New leaf, new beat, as they try to best ultimate, and he's just going to keep them coming on those Julies. The dream dies before they ever get close to A.
It's not what you want to see, because initially the scale in towards long is not actually that bad, right? They get out of house, they get the control, but then they just cannot clear ultimate. And they're spending a lot of time and resources to try and do it. Nerds will see off X-File to close, and in the end...
Out of that book as they shape up at short. Smoke doesn't really matter. I think they're just going to try and send it. LNZ, you know, to drop into CT and draw some crosshairs. Liquid are ready for this, though. Alicia's read things pretty well, LNZ. Oh, yikes. Ultimate with the 4K as well. We miss out on a...
Deep suicide smoke. Flash of it. They're quick up long, by the way. Nerds, I don't think he expects this. Whoa. Oh my god. Smoke will come down from the T side. Nerds spams behind it. LNZ goes ahead of the plume. Ultimate is so blind. Where are we even crossing there when you can't see a thing? He'll fall, but Elijah Larter back as Naf also adds one of his own too. This is carnage and chaos, and it might just work out for Liquid. How are they getting away with this? Or, well, they might not. As X-Files left alive. 1v1 against Naf, but he's tagged down low.
Chaotic round here. Absolute madness.
Nothing makes sense.
Surely someone in this mix has
but it doesn't look like they
seen the kill come in.
Naf's not really been keeping track in a way, right? Look at the timer, 10 seconds. Did he spot him? He did. Oh, Naf sees off in the end. Do you know what? Good sort of, in a way, X-Files figuring things out, right? He's got to be somewhere around. They have just got a lot more about them, despite it maybe not being, you know, it's early doors and not loads of practice, integrating Elysian back into the side, etc. It is just, like you said, that ceiling.
Yes. Clean shot from X-Cloud. Nafly. Whoa. Awkward for him. Meanwhile, from lower, the timing is just perfect there. That is unfortunate. And X-Cloud's done what he can. He finds a double opener, but it's just not falling into place here for Heroic. Shuhei just crept in there. Good catch from him. They will find the kills cleanly. And it's somewhat of a shame as well. I think Heroic, this time, 6 months ago, they compete with Team Liquid. The energy just seems a bit off. Like, they really need to add stakes to the game. And Hades has kind of outshone some of these players as well. So, a difficult kind of time period at the moment for Heroic. Big nade. As we bring it back down to reality in this round here on the B-bomb site, which they have managed to gain control of. Bomb plant on the cards. Can they hold it? Naf goes in somewhat aggressively. Nerds, meanwhile. Oh, bro. This has worked so perfectly for him. And Nerds keeps them coming. The break is not going to create too much, but a man advantage worth its weight in gold here. Still difficult to get in, but they will find the kills. Great space taken. Nerds with a hero round to just...
Heroic, like we were saying a little bit towards map number 1, I do just feel they are so checked out right now, and it's unfortunately it's spilled over into their map pick.
They've just not got going into the series. Really not got going into the series. I mean, look... Okay, hold on. We'll see what they can find here. Okay, X-Cloud remains consistent. He's been pretty decent in the series considering how the scorelines have looked. So definitely one to watch on this team. And again, this is where it gets into the realms of conjecture. Might be a guy that gets sniped up in the near future. Elige. Now, he's not a potential player. We know about him. We know what he can do. Maybe. Maybe if they'd kept the 2 alive, they would have gone for it. But I think Elige, despite the kills, I don't know, they've got loads of money.
Yeah, got 9K.
Might give it to him. The ace on the cards.
Do it. You're 7-0 up. You've got money. Lurkfo comes through. Molotov is on the run out as well. Elige tries to make something of it, but Hades will close it. I think a lot of credit, of course, has to be given to X-Cloud there. I mean, if we're being honest, for Heroic, we probably have to get the remainder of the rounds in this half for me to even be comfortable.
It's very true. They're looking to do that, though, as they start off aggressively here. Out long. Great flash. Youngster catches one. He's heard the second as well. And Shuhei was Just hoping and praying that he'd get ignored there. Not the case. Youngster's done well. LNZ out middle. Not spotted, but still caught. And the AWP holding the line. Got to stay alive. Ultimate, great show of force there to find the kill and just slow them down. I'll get the re-smoke on. And then he gives his life away, right? Definitely needed to stay alive as that cross-smoke had come in. There's no assistance.
Look at this, though. It's all on him.
Uh-oh. Yep. Nerds with a keen find. Bomb has only just gone down. Pretty good utility here as well, I'd say, from Liquid and the kit. It's just the HP bars that make the difference. What is Naf going to get? He's lost his teammate. Quick headshot required. Quick headshot required. Molotov comes in. Not going to be on the mark. So it really is just all about the shot, and it's Hades to get it.
Yeah, nice work. I will say there's still this worry, and Liquid opt for a double cat play here. Up close behind the smoke. Youngster, this is really dicey as he sits inside of this smoke, but they are starting to move their way forward. They've got to win this fight, but then there's where Liege will join. And they'll scoop himself up an AK. I kind of like where we're at. You keep a player in towards Gandalf, especially as you get towards a position of planting, it's really strong. But Nilo, he'll answer back, flash over Shuhei. I actually think he doesn't need to peek for now. Wait for the players scaling through. And Naf and Nerd's going to find a killer piece. Shuhei will go down, but Naf's on the flank. He looks for more, which he does. Nilo caught and LNZ dead. Liquid bite back. They call attack pause, and they deliver a really decent round. 10-3 for him, 12-4 for Liege, as you were just touching on. 10-7 for Ultimate. And obviously, there's been a lot of narrative about Ultimate as well. But again, I've been impressed with this tournament. There's been nice moments. I think individually looking really quite sharp as well. But it's actually, for me, more about decision making. I think he's been making a lot of those better decisions. Apart from that one, when he goes down to X-Flout, they're trying to drive by Nerds, who should be dead to rights here. So this gun scooped up, at the very least for Heroic, and they got the numbers.
Yeah, not a bad look. And there will be a game plan for this round as well, obviously. They've talked over it in great depth. We'll see what the mid-round looks like. Nice little flash info gather, of course, at short. But they are enacting upon that info incorrectly, as they will weaken up the A-bomb site, strengthen the B-bomb site. That would be the wrong call in this case.
This is a wild call as well by Shuhei. It might potentially get a little overlooked.
No Molotov, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, there is a decent chance if he doesn't jump the gun. They've got eyes on him. I think you just fully commit to this.
Yeah. Just don't peek. Or do
There
peek.
you go. There you go. Oh, the flash. Not even meant for him. He could have had a double there, and I think that might have saved them, but not the case. So nothing that these B guys can do. Again, they're far ahead. So they are going to give it a look in. Kit available for Naf. The dynamic duo here of Liquid, both playing very, very well. But there's no obvious first kill. So the back off comes in, and they will have to concede it.
Yeah.
Whether it's too little, too late is the big question here, of course. Naf on the off angle.
The nade.
My goodness, nade is decent. I was expecting maybe better, but still. Any damage is going to be good here to try and net this first kill. It's Ultimate that loses his head. Elige will join. Naf only good for one. And there goes all the potential just completely disappearing and disappointing in the end. Nerds will be the last one left.
Yeah, he's got towards A now. Move their way forward. There's a CT smoke that they can use as a bit of a wall on that cross. Nerds. Obviously, you're giving a look in, but this is going to be a pretty wild one who's able to convert this. It's just, you know, a kit and a smoke is good signs, but how do you isolate these fights? One towards Longhead. He's going to go play, I'm assuming, he might even just play even in towards Pit as well, especially now that they know where he is. Molly down to make life even more awkward as well. So Heroic are taking no chances. They'll expend the smoke to try and get out from CT. But this round's all but confirmed. It's just a matter of time. Heroic find 4 at the tail end of the half on their map pick.
Stop fighting for skins in the game. Visit Hellcase.
One day you're going to wake up
She's going to hit me like
and
a
you're going to have
truck.
sciatica.
I don't even know what that is.
You know, well, you'll find out about it. Yeah. Don't you worry.
What they find out towards Long is that barreling their way in. They're going quick here, and I like the pace being set. But look at a flash that'll come over, so just slow them down briefly, but the smokes come down. One over towards short as well. We can pretty much immediately get a plant here. I love the way that they set themselves up. Oh my god, as well, Nerdsy was so close to a fight. We're boosting above the short smoke, but this is a good spot for a post plant.
Just the calm before the storm at the moment, though. 4 out at short. Prepared for the burst. They do have a flash on the back of it, so going to gain some good space as they move in here. This will be a bloodbath.
Oh.
It's the Glocks that start well. However, the CT side getting back in, closing the gap, headshots landing.
Hang on.
And suddenly Naf is all alone, but I don't think there's enough time. I don't think it really matters. To be honest, Naf will finish them off anyway. Clean stuff from him in the end, but the time had been played and Heroic didn't give themselves enough to work with.
And it makes it, again, even more damning for that heroic recovery that we're talking about that they need. We're going quick towards B with a quick A pop, and now we go quick towards the B site. Youngster, up close, Shamoto. Youngster, hello! He's going to get 4, he's shutting down the onslaught in towards B, and single-handedly has taken control of that B site. What a play. He had to go huge there, and my God, does he.
And those individual moments, so good for morale.
Yeah.
They're going to boost you massively, so we'll see if they can hold on to that. If this diamond falls into place. However, the B play, a slight variation. They even have the throw-off roof smoke that is nowhere near the site.
Yeah.
A failed lineup for sure, but it seems to be working out relatively nicely, and now they have control of this pesky bomb site. They will get the re-smoke on the door, which is pretty important to buy a lot of time. Advantage looks good.
I'm saying there's a decision to be made here, and I think they've already made it. Yeah. I actually can't hate the decision. I think it's the right call.
Early util out from Liquid. Heroic desperately trying to hold on here. Liquid have hit their groove, and they do very well. You know, when you get broken by the force and you're able to break back, it's just a very good sign about where your level is at and your consistency is at as well. Ultimate blindly flying in. I think the smoke onto the doors was actually not as good as it should have been.
That's where you want the hinge smoke. That's why you want the hinge smoke.
They pulled it out fast, so I kind of understand where they're getting at. Maybe someone's tried one out of spawn and it's not worked, but yeah, Ultimate definitely expected his back end to be covered.
Yeah, I feel like as well, if you are Ultimate, that decision to just scale in towards short when you don't have that covered is little wild, super risky, and obviously doesn't get away with it. Wasted Molotov by Shuhei gets immediately extinguished, but backside Hades falls. Naf quickly traded by X-File. We've spoken at length about how sharp he's looked. And there's another indicator of it as he gets a second. Numbers advantage for Heroic, but the bomb will go down.
Awkward.
Oh, LNZ, relax. Just got Mac 10.
Hello?
Hello?
What is
are we
going
doing?
on? How does Shuhei get away with that?
He's in the open, bro. How is he still alive? I mean, credit to him for the fights he took, but
mid-fight, taking another fight is just crazy work.
Talking point about this, there's just not been much of a competition here. Liquid, I mean, and that's all credit to Liquid. I do think Liquid do look excellent, but you also got to look at the flip side where I think Heroic have also looked bad. Compared to what they did in the groups especially, right? They've just not been on their game as Shuhei and Ultimate combine. Naf will add to his tally as well. This looks like the curtains are being drawn here. And a bronze medal going the way of Team Liquid as Heroic are going to bow out with a bit of a whimper, unfortunately. All on the shoulders of Youngster and X-File to save face, but even that feels like quite the tall order. One man left with it all to do, and X-File's towards A. They know where he is as well, so you just take that bomb towards B, if you even need to be honest.
Reality setting in for Heroic here as they will go very quietly into the night here. Naf will finish it off with a nice clean one tap, and that will be all she wrote. Team Liquid with a very, very clean find. No sweat off their brow, and they will claim that third place.